Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make a fruit face with fruit and vegetables and basically a whole head, but fruit face sounds good, on Google Slides. So you have a template, I have an introductory slide, you have your directions. I want to go over these directions in this video to make it a little easier. On the third slide is where you have your template. The first thing you want to do is go to slide, and you're going to give yourself a background. The reason why you want a background color is if it's white and you start inserting pictures or images that have a white background, you won't know. We're trying to insert images that are called PNG files that do not have backgrounds. So having a color not only will make it look nicer, but it'll help you determine if you inserted a fruit or vegetable with a background on it. You do not want that. So don't pick something that I wouldn't pick yellow if I know I'm going to use bananas, because I don't want my fruit face to blend in with the background. Something neutral would be good. You could always change it later. Kind of like this blue here. It's pretty neutral. I'm going to hit done. And now I'm ready to search. So I want to insert a fruit or a vegetable, and since I'm building a head, I probably want to start with the actual, what would be the shape of the full head. On this slide you see I used an apple, right? Something roundish or whatever kind of fruit or vegetable I want as the shape of my head. It could be a corn cob, however you want to build it. So I'm going to go insert, image, and I'm going to go to search the web. In the search bar, excuse me, I'm going to type in watermelon. You type whatever you want. I'm going to put the initials PNG after. That's hopefully going to give me a transparent background. Right? And I don't want something too cartoony because it won't blend in with the rest of my work. I want to try to find a more realistic watermelon. Something like this would look very good. So I look around. See what you like. You might not find anything you do like. This one looks pretty cool. I'm going to select it, insert, and it did have a background. This is why having this blue here helps. So I'm going to hit delete and go back to insert, image, search the web, and the good thing is I'm still on what my last search was. So I can scroll up. This quickly. Here's a nice one. Hopefully this one has transparent background. It does not. There we go. Okay. So now that it has no background, you can see, I won't have that white in these corners to have to deal with. I can use this bounding box to shrink or make my watermelon grow. The dot on the top will rotate it. Okay, so I'm going to leave that shadow down at the bottom, put my watermelon in the middle, and work on the next thing. Maybe I want to do some eyes. So insert, image, search the web. I'm going to look for maybe an olive. Make sure you put that PNG here. Some of these are too cartoony. I'll just try this guy just to try it. Okay, now once I size this olive the way I want, and rotate it the way I want, I kind of like the way that gray spot looks like it's looking. Once I rotate it the way I want and put it where I think I want it, I'm going to Control-C and Control-V to copy and paste. Now I have two of them. I don't want to copy and paste till I get it the size I want, so they're both the same size. Now that I have two, I'm going to select the second one, go to Arrange, and I'm going to rotate. I'm going to flip it horizontally, and that way we now have the eyes of our fruit face. Remember, flipping horizontally flips from side to side. Okay. Now I would do the same thing. I would just add in something for ears, and I'll show you that because we're going to move them to the back. So it looks like the head is in the front. So image, search the web. This time, I really like the potato I got last time, so just to show a trick with that. So I really liked this red potato on my last fruit face, but it had all these, I had the yellow and the brown potato there, but I can work with that. So I'm going to select it and insert it. It's a really big image. Don't let that bother you, okay? Because you can shrink it, right? The other thing I want to show you is if you double click, you get a secondary bounding box in dark black, and that's going to let you crop. I'm going to crop out as much as possible and hit return. So now I just have these little areas to hide, but since this is going to be the ears, would have been a great nose too. I'm going to flip it vertically, pull it over, and I'm going to go to Arrange, Order. I'm going to send it all the way to the back, and I'm going to work on the size so that you don't see. Could crop that a little more, right? Makes it a little easier. And now, with all of that cropped, I can kind of move it to the back. I can even stretch and distort it a little bit if I want to make that pop out more. Don't be afraid to distort the fruit a little. If that's what you want to make it look more like an ear, go for it. Or whatever body part you're using, right? So now that I have that part done, I have an ear for my fruit face. Select it, Control C, Control V to paste, drag it over. I'm going to arrange, rotate, flip horizontally so that matches the other side, arrange again, order, send it all the way to the back, and we now have two sets of ears to work with. And I would just continue working like this, maybe put something behind it to give it some hair, maybe a pineapple, because those leaves would pop out really nice here. We'll need a nose, we'll need a mouth, you could add eyebrows, you could add earrings, you could add a smile, whatever you think you need to make your fruit face look the best it can, okay? So give it a shot and turn them in when you're done.